Hollywood, the land of glitz and glamour, often hides some dark secrets beneath the surface. Behind the red carpets, sparkling awards, and smiling faces lie stories the industry would rather you forget. But what happens when these scandals are just too big to stay hidden? Today, we're going to dive deep into the 30 most shocking scandals that Hollywood tried to bury. How did some of the biggest names manage to survive, and what did the industry do to keep it all quiet? Let's find out. 30. Nipplegate, 2004 Super Bowl halftime show. You remember the 2004 Super Bowl halftime show, right? It was a moment that literally stopped the nation. Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson on stage. But then, something went wrong. In what the world now knows as Nipplegate, Justin Timberlake pulled off part of Janet's costume, exposing her breast to millions of viewers. While it was supposed to be a wardrobe malfunction, many people believe that it was far from accidental. The media went into overdrive, and Janet took the fall. Her career suffered, while Timberlake emerged relatively unscathed. But why did Hollywood rush to protect him? Was it a gender thing? This scandal not only ignited debates on censorship and decency, but also exposed the double standards that female performers face. Janet was blacklisted from future Super Bowl shows, while Justin's star continued to rise. Why was Janet's career so badly hit, but Justin's wasn't? The question lingers. 29. Heath Ledger's tragic overdose, 2008. Heath Ledger's death left fans devastated. He was found dead in his New York apartment, surrounded by prescription pills. The official cause, an accidental overdose. But Hollywood didn't want to talk about the growing issue of prescription drug abuse among its stars. Ledger had just finished filming The Dark Knight, and his performance as the Joker was legendary. However, the man behind the mask was struggling. Did the pressures of Hollywood contribute to his untimely death? Heath's passing exposed the mental health issues plaguing the industry, but the conversation never got as deep as it should have. Even in death, Hollywood focused more on his performance than on the underlying problem that led to it. Can we separate the artist from the struggle? Ledger's death still haunts fans and raises questions about how the industry treats its stars. 28. Chris Brown and Rihanna assault case, 2009. Everyone remembers the night when the shocking news broke Chris Brown had assaulted Rihanna. What made it worse was that this wasn't just any couple. Rihanna was a global superstar, and Chris Brown was at the top of his game. How could someone so beloved be capable of such violence? The photos of Rihanna's injuries were plastered all over the media, and the world was outraged. Chris Brown faced legal charges, but Hollywood's reaction was surprisingly muted. Some radio stations stopped playing his songs, but others kept promoting his music. Fans were divided: should Chris be forgiven, or should his career end? The industry seemed to want to move on quickly, but Rihanna's trauma was impossible to ignore. Has Hollywood really learned anything from this? 27. Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, and Jennifer Aniston affair, 2005. Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston were Hollywood's golden couple. That was until Angelina Jolie came into the picture while filming Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Rumors started swirling that Brad and Angelina were getting a little too close on set. Not long after, Brad and Jennifer's marriage ended, and he was soon seen with Angelina. Hollywood tried to downplay the scandal, but fans were furious. Aniston's fans saw her as the wronged woman, and Jolie was painted as a homewrecker. Meanwhile, Brad, he kind of escaped the full brunt of the scandal. How does a man leave one of America's sweethearts for another woman, and yet still come out on top in Hollywood's eyes? The love triangle would become one of the biggest celebrity gossip stories of the decade. 26. R. Kelly's legal troubles, 2002 and 2019. R. Kelly's scandal goes far beyond typical Hollywood drama. For years, rumors swirled about Kelly's disturbing behavior, with allegations of underage girls, abuse, and even a sex cult. In 2002, Kelly was indicted on child pornography charges, but he was acquitted in 2008. For years, the music industry turned a blind eye. Even after dozens of women came forward with harrowing stories, Kelly continued to make music and perform. It wasn't until the #NewToKelly movement gained traction that people really started to take notice. Why did it take so long? Why did Hollywood and the music industry let this go on for so long? Kelly was finally convicted in 2021, but the damage had been done. The entertainment industry's complicity in allowing this predator to operate for so long is one of its most shameful chapters. 25. Kim Kardashian's infamous sex tape, 2007. Before Kim Kardashian became the queen of reality TV, she was embroiled in a scandal involving a sex tape with then-boyfriend Ray J. Released in 2007, the tape quickly spread across the internet, and it seemed like Kim's life was about to be ruined. But instead of fading into obscurity, she did the unthinkable. She turned the scandal into a career-launching moment. With the help of her mother, Kris Jenner, Kim parlayed the negative attention into a reality show, endorsements, and eventually a billion-dollar empire. How did she do it? While the tape could have destroyed her, it instead made her one of the most famous people in the world. The lesson? In Hollywood, even the worst scandal can be spun into gold if you play your cards right. 24. The tragic story of Judy Garland. Judy Garland is best remembered for her role in The Wizard of Oz, but behind the scenes, her life was anything but magical. Forced into a punishing diet by MGM Studios, Garland was given pills to suppress her appetite and keep her energy up for filming. By the time she was an adult, she was addicted to those pills. Hollywood loved Judy, but the studio system destroyed her. She struggled with addiction and mental health issues for the rest of her life. Despite her immense talent, she was never able to break free from the demons that haunted her, and she died of a drug overdose at the age of 47. Was Judy a victim of Hollywood's obsession with image, or was she simply ahead of her time in a world that wasn't ready for her? 23. Marilyn Monroe's mysterious death, 1962. Marilyn Monroe was the ultimate Hollywood icon, but her death at 36 remains one of the industry's greatest mysteries. Officially ruled an overdose, Monroe's sudden passing has fueled decades of conspiracy theories. Some believe she was murdered because of her rumored affairs with powerful men, including President John F. Kennedy and his brother, Robert Kennedy. Others think she was silenced because she knew too much about what was happening behind the scenes in Hollywood and Washington. While the official report says it was an overdose, the questions linger: did someone want Marilyn gone? Her death shocked the world, but we may never know the full truth behind it. What was really going on in Marilyn's life during those final days? 22. Roman Polanski's exile after sexual assault charges, 1977. Roman Polanski is one of Hollywood's most acclaimed directors, but his personal life is forever overshadowed by the sexual assault of a 13-year-old girl in 1977. After pleading guilty to the charges, Polanski fled to France to avoid sentencing. For years, he has lived in exile, but that hasn't stopped him from making movies and winning awards. What's shocking is how many in Hollywood still support him. Despite his crime, some of the industry's biggest names have defended him, arguing that his work should be separate from his actions. Can you really separate the art from the artist? Polanski remains a divisive figure in Hollywood, with some hailing his talent while others demand justice for his crime. What do you think? Should Hollywood still honor him? 21. Harvey Weinstein's sexual misconduct, 2017. The Harvey Weinstein scandal rocked Hollywood to its core. Dozens of women came forward to accuse the powerful producer of sexual harassment, assault, and rape. For years, Weinstein had been one of the most influential men in Hollywood, and his behavior was an open secret. Many wondered how it was allowed to continue for so long. The flood of accusations against Weinstein ignited the #MeToo movement, giving a voice to survivors of sexual abuse and harassment across the world. Weinstein's downfall was swift. He was convicted of sexual assault and sentenced to 23 years in prison. The scandal forced Hollywood to confront its toxic culture of silence, but the question remains: how much has really changed since Weinstein was brought down? 20. Mel Gibson's anti-Semitic rant, 2006. Mel Gibson's career took a dramatic turn in 2006 when he was arrested for driving under the influence. During the arrest, Gibson launched into a shocking anti-Semitic tirade, accusing Jewish people of causing all the wars in the world. The fallout was immediate and severe. Gibson's reputation was shattered, with many in Hollywood distancing themselves from the actor-director. Though he later apologized and sought treatment, the damage was done. Hollywood initially tried to sweep the incident under the rug, but the public outrage made it impossible. While Gibson has slowly made a comeback, directing movies like Hacksaw Ridge, the question remains, should Hollywood have forgiven him so easily? 19. Britney Spears' 2007 breakdown. 2007 was a tough year for pop icon Britney Spears. Her very public breakdown, which included shaving her head and attacking a paparazzi's car with an umbrella, was splashed across every tabloid. But behind the headlines was a young woman clearly struggling with mental health issues. Hollywood tried to distance itself from Britney's troubles, focusing on her erratic behavior rather than the root causes. For years, she was under a conservatorship that many believed exploited her vulnerability. The #FreeBritney movement eventually brought attention to her plight, forcing Hollywood to confront how it treats its stars. Was Britney's breakdown a result of the pressures of fame, or was it a cry for help that the industry ignored? 18. O.J. Simpson's trial, 1994 to 1995. The O.J. Simpson trial is arguably one of the most famous legal cases in modern history. Accused of murdering his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman, O.J.'s trial captivated the world. Hollywood distanced itself from the scandal, even though Simpson had been a beloved actor and athlete. The trial of the century ended with Simpson's acquittal, a verdict that still divides public opinion to this day. Did Hollywood turn its back on one of its own, or was it simply protecting its image? The O.J. trial remains a cautionary tale about fame, violence, and the dark side of celebrity. 17. Charlie Sheen's meltdown, 2011. In 2011, Charlie Sheen was at the top of his game, starring in the hit sitcom 2.5 Men. But then came the meltdown, drug-fueled rants, bizarre behavior, and the infamous winning catchphrase. Sheen's public breakdown became a media circus, and Hollywood was forced to deal with the fallout. Sheen's erratic behavior led to his firing from 2.5 Men, but the industry had long enabled his bad behavior. How many chances does a star get before it's too late? Sheen's meltdown raises questions about how Hollywood handles its troubled stars, and whether more could have been done to help him before things spiraled out of control. 16. Natalie Wood's mysterious death, 1981. The death of actress Natalie Wood remains one of Hollywood's most enduring mysteries. She drowned while on a boat with her husband, Robert Wagner, and co-star Christopher Walken. The initial investigation ruled her death an accident, but rumors of foul play have persisted for decades. Hollywood was quick to close the book on Natalie's death, but the reopening of the case in recent years has fueled speculation. Did Hollywood help cover up what really happened that night? The truth may never come to light, but Natalie's death continues to haunt those who knew her. 15. Woody Allen's sexual abuse allegations. Director Woody Allen has long been a polarizing figure in Hollywood. In 1992, Allen's adoptive daughter, Dylan Farrow, accused him of sexually abusing her when she was a child. While Allen has consistently denied the allegations, the scandal has followed him for decades. Hollywood initially stood by Allen, with many of his films continuing to be critically acclaimed. But in the wake of the #MeToo movement, the tide has begun to turn. Many actors who once worked with Allen have distanced themselves, and his films are no longer the guaranteed successes they once were. Can Hollywood still separate art from the artist when the allegations are this serious? 14. The death of Bruce Lee, 1973. Bruce Lee's death at the age of 32 shocked the world. The official cause was an allergic reaction to a painkiller, but conspiracy theories abound. Some believe Lee was murdered, while others speculate that a curse followed him and his family. Hollywood was quick to capitalize on Lee's death, turning him into a martial arts legend. But was there more to his death than meets the eye? The mystery surrounding Bruce Lee's sudden demise continues to fuel speculation and intrigue. leaving fans wondering what really happened to the martial arts icon. 13. Errol Flynn's statutory rape scandal, 1940s. Errol Flynn was one of Hollywood's biggest stars in the 1940s, but his reputation took a hit when he was accused of statutory rape. Flynn was charged with having sex with 2 underage girls, and while he was ultimately acquitted, the scandal rocked Hollywood. The studios went to great lengths to protect Flynn's image, painting him as the victim of opportunistic girls looking for a payday. But the allegations left a stain on Flynn's career that he was never able to fully shake. Hollywood's handling of the scandal showed just how far it would go to protect its male stars. 12. Fatty Arbuckle's career-ending trial, 1921. Silent film star Roscoe "Fatty" Arbuckle was one of Hollywood's first major scandal victims. In 1921, Arbuckle was accused of raping and accidentally killing actress Virginia Rappe at a party. The trial was a media sensation, and though Arbuckle was acquitted, his career was effectively over. Hollywood tried to distance itself from the scandal, but the damage was done. Arbuckle's case became a cautionary tale about the dark side of fame, and Hollywood learned the hard way that even its biggest stars weren't untouchable. Could the trial have gone differently if Arbuckle had been a bigger star, or was the outcome inevitable? 11. John Travolta's sexual misconduct lawsuits. Over the years, multiple men have accused John Travolta of sexual misconduct, with several lawsuits being filed against him. While most of the cases were settled or dismissed, the allegations have continued to plague Travolta's career. Hollywood has largely stayed quiet about the accusations, and Travolta has managed to maintain a relatively successful career despite the scandals. But why has the industry been so quick to sweep these claims under the rug? Is it a case of protecting one of their own, or is there more to the story? 10. Will Smith's Oscars slap, 2022. In 2022, the world watched in shock as Will Smith slapped comedian Chris Rock on stage at the Academy Awards after Rock made a joke about Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. The incident immediately went viral, with fans and critics alike weighing in on Smith's actions. Hollywood scrambled to respond, with some defending Smith's actions while others condemned the violence. Smith issued a public apology, but the incident left a lasting stain on what should have been his crowning achievement, winning the Oscar for Best Actor. Was it a momentary lapse in judgment, or was there more going on behind the scenes? 9. Amber Heard and Johnny Depp's legal battle, 2020s. The legal battle between Amber Heard and Johnny Depp has been one of the most publicized celebrity feuds in recent memory. Both actors accused each other of domestic violence, with the court cases revealing deeply troubling details about their relationship. Hollywood was divided, some sided with Depp, while others supported Heard. The industry's reaction was mixed, with Depp being dropped from major franchises like Pirates of the Caribbean, while Heard's career continued. The trial left fans wondering who's telling the truth, and how will this scandal affect their careers in the long run. 8. Michael Jackson's abuse allegations. Michael Jackson, the king of pop, was dogged by allegations of child sexual abuse for much of his career. Despite multiple accusations and legal battles, Jackson maintained his innocence until his death in 2009. The allegations, however, have continued to haunt his legacy. Hollywood's reaction to the accusations was complicated. Many in the industry stood by Jackson, while others distanced themselves. The release of the documentary Leaving Neverland reignited the controversy, forcing fans to confront the uncomfortable truth about their idol. Can Michael Jackson's legacy ever truly escape the shadow of these allegations? 7. Lindsay Lohan's public struggles, 2000s. Lindsay Lohan was once one of Hollywood's brightest young stars, but her career took a nosedive in the 2000s due to her public struggles with addiction and legal troubles. From multiple DUIs to erratic behavior, Lohan's life became a tabloid staple. Hollywood initially tried to support Lohan, but as her behavior spiraled out of control, the industry began to distance itself. Despite several attempts at a comeback, Lohan has never fully regained her former glory. Was Lohan's downfall inevitable, or could Hollywood have done more to protect her from herself? 6. Joan Crawford's adult film rumor, Joan Crawford was one of Hollywood's most iconic actresses, but rumors of an adult film she allegedly starred in before her rise to fame haunted her throughout her career. The studios worked hard to suppress the story, but it resurfaced multiple times whenever controversy surrounded her. While there was never any concrete proof of the film's existence, the rumor followed Crawford throughout her career. It was a reminder of how Hollywood stars were often at the mercy of gossip and scandal, with the studio system either protecting or exploiting them. Did the rumors hurt Crawford's image, or did they add to her mystique? 5. Tiger Woods' cheating scandal, 2009. Tiger Woods wasn't just a sports legend, he was a brand. But in 2009, his carefully curated image came crashing down when multiple women came forward, claiming to have had affairs with the married golfer. The scandal dominated headlines, with Hollywood and corporate sponsors scrambling to distance themselves from Woods. Woods issued a public apology and took a break from golf, but the damage to his reputation was severe. How did someone who seemed to have it all fall so far, so fast? The Tiger Woods scandal became a cautionary tale about the perils of fame and the dangers of living a double life. 4. George Reeves' mysterious death, 1959. George Reeves, best known for his role as Superman in the 1950s TV series, died from a gunshot wound to the head in 1959. His death was officially ruled a suicide, but many believe there was more to the story. Some think Reeves was murdered, possibly as a result of his affair with Toni Mannix, the wife of an MGM executive. Hollywood quickly labeled it a suicide, but the mystery surrounding his death has never fully been solved. Was Reeves really despondent over his career, or was there foul play involved? 3. Whitney Houston struggles with addiction, 2000s. Whitney Houston was a superstar with a voice like no other, but behind the scenes, she struggled with drug addiction. As her career began to decline in the 2000s, the media was quick to focus on her erratic behavior rather than the root causes of her struggles. Hollywood, for the most part, turned a blind eye to her addiction, allowing Houston to spiral further. Her untimely death in 2012 from an accidental drowning, exacerbated by drug use, shocked the world. Could more have been done to save her? 2. Ezra Miller's legal troubles, 2022. In recent years, actor Ezra Miller has made headlines for all the wrong reasons. Accusations of assault, harassment, and erratic behavior have plagued the star, leading to multiple legal battles. Despite this, Hollywood has been reluctant to cut ties with Miller, largely due to their starring role in The Flash. The industry's handling of the situation has raised eyebrows. Why has Miller been given so many chances? Is it because they're a bankable star, or is there more to the story? The scandal continues to unfold, leaving fans and industry insiders wondering what's next for the troubled actor. 1. Ellen DeGeneres' workplace scandal, 2020. In 2020, Ellen DeGeneres, the beloved talk show host known for her mantra of "be kind," found herself at the center of a scandal involving a toxic work environment on The Ellen Show. Multiple former employees came forward with allegations of mistreatment, bullying, and a toxic atmosphere behind the scenes. Hollywood was shocked. How could someone who built their brand on kindness be involved in such a scandal? While Ellen issued apologies and the show eventually came to an end, the scandal left a mark on her legacy. Was Ellen aware of what was happening behind the scenes, or was she just the face of a larger issue? Which of these scandals surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into Hollywood's hidden secrets. And hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Hollywood's secrets are far from over, and we'll be here to uncover them all.